Here. So I just want to welcome everybody to our November mixer featuring the Depot Museum. Thank you all for being here. It's so great to see so many of you. We currently have 19 people on the mixer right now. So that means that 18 of you have won the $5 gift card. Congratulations. That is courtesy of Harbors Insurance. They sponsored $25 gift cards for tonight's mixer. So thank you, Bob Walker, for that. And we have a choice of $5 at Clean Queen Meal Prep or Fortuna Fabrics and Crafts. So it'll just be randomly selected by me, and I'll send it out to you in the mail. If I have your, I'll contact you by email to get your address. But if you are in Fortuna and you want to swing by tomorrow, just give me a call in the office, and we'll arrange a time, or you can call me with your with your address, however you want to do it. Just in case some people might have been jumping on with the live link that I put on Facebook and not through the registration, so I may not have your contact information. So if you don't hear from me tomorrow, then please call me. Also, a gentle reminder that we are recording this. It will go on YouTube. So if you're shy, you can turn off your camera. If you need to go somewhere, leave your phone. Please don't take us into the bathroom with you. Let's see. So we've got some fun stuff planned. We have a shelter-in-place scavenger hunt. As I was saying earlier, if you registered early, you already have 3 of those items in front of you, which is great. So we have 17 total items to find. There are 2 that have extra points on them, so that'll hopefully be a tiebreaker if that happens. The prize will be a super soft and cuddly hooded sweatshirt from the city of Fortuna. It's black with the camo. It's really cool and it's super soft. And also 2 tickets to the skating rink, which of course we can't redeem right now, but hold on to them. There is no expiration date, and someday we'll be able to skate again and you'll be able to use them. So that'll go to our scavenger hunt winner. So thank you, Cameron Mull from our parks department, for that. I appreciate that. Let's see. Our door prizes tonight are from Aflac, Bodyworks Fitness Club, Co-Central Credit Union, Fortuna Art and Old Things, Gold Leaf Media, Humboldt State University, North Coast Journal, and Strauss Family Shoes. So thank you to our local businesses for supporting this endeavor and donating a prize. We appreciate it. And let me make sure nobody else is coming in. And so then, and at the end, we'll have our 50-50 raffle. We have $103.50 to split. So that's a whopping $51.75 to some lucky person. And let's see, now I'm going to open the floor for announcements. So Alex, you can still take a breather. Just to let everybody know, Sean Swanson from River Life Foundation is doing his Thanksgiving dinner next Thursday from 1 to 3 here at the Vets building next to the chamber office. It'll be a drive-through event, so you can stay in your car and somebody will bring out food to you and a to-go. Of course, they will absolutely and without hesitation accept a donation from you. So keep that in mind if you're able to give them a little cash donation as a thank you. They will make some local deliveries. If you know somebody who is homebound, you can have them call Sean Swanson directly. If you don't have that number, call me at the chamber office tomorrow and I will give that to you again. So that's again next Thursday, Thanksgiving, from 1 to 3 here at the Vets Memorial Building. What else do I have? Oh, this coming Monday, our chamber Zoom meeting at noon will feature Linda Wise from Recology. She's going to talk about the CRV buyback program and how the Redemption Center closures here in Fortuna and Eureka and elsewhere have affected the area, and maybe some ideas on how to contact your congressperson or your state legislator and get them to revise this very, very outdated cow recycle program. And those are the 2 that I had. Oh, I'm going to put a little nugget out there. Mary Bullwinkle, pay attention to this one. There are a few of us who, in the spirit of Christmas, are putting on a citywide holiday decorating contest. So we had our very first meeting yesterday. So nothing is finalized. We'll have more details, but keep that in mind. And there's going to be some big ticket cash prizes for first, second, and third place. And it is brought to you by the City of Fortuna with the help of Sue Long, the Fortuna Kiwanis Club, and the Fortuna Chamber of Commerce. So expect more information in probably the next week once we finalize the details. We'll have an online voting platform, and we'll have a map so people can go around town if they want to see the houses in person. They can do that, or they can just see the picture on the website and vote, very similar to how we did the voting for the senior graduation windows through Fortuna. So anyway, excited about that. We're still working on a catchy name. We have a few ideas, but we'll see what happens. So now I'm going to open it up to the floor if anybody has announcements. I do believe Mayor Pro Tem, for now, Tammy Trent, possibly Mayor Trent.
I am making a major life change. I'm selling my building for my businesses in. I'm not retiring. I'm gonna close my business, and I'm gonna go to work in another shop so I can go to work and come home. You know, I won't have all the responsibility of being a business owner anymore. So it is a big life change because I've owned it for almost 26 years now, you know, but I want to have more time to do other things like City of Fortuna stuff. And so I just wanted to make that announcement that I'm not retiring. I still will be doing hair, but it'll be in another salon. I haven't gone and decided which one I'm going to yet, but I have to sell the building first. So I'll be there until that sells.
Wow.
And now you did have a subtenant in there, right? Cleek used to be in there, but now you took that whole building over, right, for your salon?
Yeah, he actually combined his Eureka business and his Fortuna business, and he's now over right next to Las Casuelos.
Yeah. Okay,
Awesome.
Excellent. Awesome. Anyone else from the floor have any questions or any announcements, business or otherwise? Yes, Mike Johnson.
My wife has put together a home-based local business platform on Facebook called #ShopLocalHumboldtCounty with a hashtag at the end also. And in one day, it's got 96 members join the group. So there's a variety of home-based crafts, decorations, knickknacks, pet supplies,
Stores.
I mean, a little bit of everything. And just check it out, and it'll support home-based businesses here and throughout the county.
Say it again. Say the name again.
Okay, it's #ShopLocalHumboldtCounty hashtag.
Okay, great. Way to go, Pam. Woohoo. I can hear her back there.
Yeah, I know. She was helping. I could hear her. That's awesome. Yeah, great. Everybody check that out. Also, there is another resource called Humboldt General Store that was started by the Eureka Chamber. If you have a brick and mortar shop, definitely sign in. It's a private group, but a lot of businesses are pushing content to that with their, online voting, or sorry, online ordering businesses, etc. And then also, there was a second thing. Also the Eureka Chamber is doing an art auction, and that is, I think that's already started or is getting ready to start. Anyway, you can go to the Greater Eureka Chamber website and see that, and that's supporting our artists locally who, of course, have been impacted by COVID by not having galleries open, no showings, and all of the craft fairs and artisan fairs have been canceled for this year. So our local craftspeople have taken a pretty big financial hit. As some of you know, as being independent contractors, funding wasn't immediately available for artisans and independent contractors. So this is a nice thing. It's also a small fundraiser for the chamber, but their focus was to help artists. So check that out too. Okay, anybody else?
It has started. It has started, and it goes all the way through January, or Gary would know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it goes through January. So keep checking on it, because then you can keep bidding.
Yeah, Do you have anything to add, Gary?
I know that there was I talked to Donna this morning because we went on it either last night late or early this morning, and there was some technology glitch, but I think that's probably been resolved. I've been at work all day, so I haven't looked. But I know Donna was working on it, and it really is a good thing when you think about it. It's a great way when you think about the holidays coming up. And this is a group that literally all of the, unless they do gallery art, and not everybody hangs in a gallery. And guess what? When you're hanging in a restaurant that's 20% capacity, that's not exactly a booming venue either. So for a lot of these people, they're really in a kind of a little bit of a rock and a hard place. And so this is a really easy way to kind of, do a little shopping and a little supporting. And then, my little local support, local hashtag really goes along with this, but it's a really good thing.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Anybody else with any announcements, business or otherwise? Funny stories? Positive news, not, COVID positive, but, good, uplifting.
The downtown merchants meeting is tomorrow at 6:30
Oh, we're
at
losing.
Lost Coast Wizards.
Okay, we lost your audio there.
The Downtown Merchants Association meeting is tomorrow at 6:30 at Lost Coast Wizards.
And there's a Zoom link too, if people want to join. Okay. And if so if you're a merchant in downtown and are paying FBID fees, definitely jump on and either attend or listen on that, because we'll be talking all things holiday, I believe. Excellent. Okay. Well then, if anybody thinks of something, just, wave your little hand. I can see everybody and we'll call on you if you have an announcement later.
I've got one.
Okay. And with that, Michelle Collins, sorry. Yay.
Well, I guess it's kind of a little story, I guess. President Jackson from Humboldt State University and myself, and we toted my kids down there too because they love burgers. We went down on Veterans Day to the auction yard there in Fortuna and had great burgers and a nice little visit with everyone that was down there. And it was just such a good time and he really enjoyed it. And so I thought, oh, maybe I'd mention that. I didn't plan on that, but I thought I'd share that with you guys because we had such a good time. It was a beautiful day and they did a nice little acknowledgement to the veterans there. Justin Mora did that before he started the auction. And so that was really sweet. That was really nice. And the women there had cookies for everybody, for the veterans anyway, little kind of patriotic little cookies. And that was really sweet. And burgers are awesome there too.
We
had a good trip to Fortuna. So thank you, Fortuna.
Yeah. I do believe they have an in with that grass-fed beef, I believe.
Yeah.
Really?
And they know how to cook it too. It was good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's for sure. Good. Well, thank you for that, Michelle. I'm glad you came down. Yeah, I think I saw you that day because you had to come pick up your big prize from the previous mixer. Yes, you had to cart your big toolbox away. Yeah, that was from Redwood Capital last month.
Yeah, that was great.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Alex Service, the curator of the Depot Museum. If you want to give a little brief introduction of yourself and what the museum does, and if you want to put Cameron on the spot or Mike Johnson, feel free to do that. And I will be quiet for a few minutes, and then we'll do our presentation.
Okay, great. Well, the museum has been there since, the building's been there since 1974, because that's when it moved down the street from its original location down by the train tracks and got hauled over to the park. And then restoration work and building up a museum collection went on, and the grand opening of the museum was held on July 2nd of 1976. And the creation of the opening of the museum was Fortuna's official bicentennial project. It's how Fortuna became one of the official bicentennial cities during the celebration of the US's 200th birthday by creating this project to develop a local history museum from scratch and to save the old Northwestern Pacific Railroad Depot building, which was basically on the executioner's list. It was about to be torn down by NWP if the people of the city hadn't stepped in and said, no, we need to save it. So it's been open there ever since 1976. I've been working as curator there since 2009, which is kind of hard to believe now, but it's been a while. I'm starting to become one of the artifacts there myself. And these days, the museum is open, thank goodness, knock on wood. We're in the current level of our whole situation. We are able to remain open at up to 25% capacity. And since we usually get about 4 or 5 people in at the museum at a time, so far, so good on that. And obviously, of course, we've all got our fingers crossed for how the situation is going to continue to develop. So at the moment, we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 12 o'clock to 4:30. Admission is free. Of course, everybody needs to wear masks and put on hand sanitizer as you come in. And we got sort of a one-way traffic flow pattern made in painters tape arrows along the floor to try and stop people from running into each other. And we've also got our reference room closed for public use at the moment, just so we don't have lots of different people touching the same stuff in there. But if people have a research question, something that would need the use of items in the reference room, they're certainly welcome to talk to me and make special arrangements to get access there. So we are open and we're continuing serving the public and researching Fortuna's history. And of course, our main project on the history research at the moment is the book that Susan O'Hara and I are working on with the Fortuna Rodeo Association, which is the 100th anniversary volume to celebrate the 100 years of the Fortuna Rodeo. So that's our big focus at the moment. We've been using heavily the Humboldt Beacon archive that we've got digital access to at the museum. So we've been finding all sorts of fascinating things in there. And it's just really fun to be able to look back at the history of the city and the business people and the community and see so many similar things going on. Of course, they weren't having to do it by Zoom, but I'm reading so many newspaper articles from 1979, 1985, that really seem familiar because it's the same kinds of things we're doing now, except with a slightly different spin on it. So it's always fun to see kind of our history and our present all working together. We have Cameron Mull here, of course, the director of the Parks and Recreation Department, and the Depot Museum is part of Parks and Recreation. So Cameron, I don't know if you've got anything you want to share with folks, but I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. I just wanted to take a moment really to put Alex on the spotlight and the Depot Museum in the spotlight. I really appreciate the Chamber of Commerce taking the opportunity to select the Depot Museum as their mixer virtually here. But mostly I wanted to thank Alex for her efforts and how lucky really the city of Fortuna is to have an employee, longstanding employee, that not only is a great presence at the museum for visitors, but also just probably one of the greatest historians of the Eel River Valley. So if you really ever have any specific questions for Alex about history in this area or Humboldt County for that matter, she's really the person to see. So I just wanted to say how fortunate the city is to have someone like Alex working as a Depot Museum curator. She works really hard. She's a part-time employee. So considering, she's working, only up to about 30 hours a week, she puts a lot of effort and passion and heart and soul into the museum, and it shows. So again, thank you, Alex, for all your efforts. And, we're really lucky to be able to offer the Depot Museum as a facility and a feature in our parks, and lucky to have Alex there to kind of highlight the museum and bring that historical aspect to tourists and visitors and community members when they come to visit. So, another good opportunity just to, remind people that it's there and it's open. So come by. Every time you visit, you're always going to find something new. I know I always do when I go over there to visit. I end up, kind of perusing the museum every time I go to visit Alex and check in with her and spending about 10 or 15 minutes just looking around. So just wanted to, even though it may have been a while for a lot of people to visit, come back in, make another visit, bring your family, bring your kids, and learn about your history.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you, Alex.
Do you want to start the photo presentation?
Sure.
I can do that. Okay. All right. Let me share my
So how are we gonna do
screen.
this? You want me to give a little spiel about everything?
Yeah.
Or-
Just whatever you see, Yeah, and then right after the pictures is that video from the 30s. So we'll play a little bit of that too. But
Well, this is a picture from, all these pictures are from the Depot Museum's collection. And there are things I just wanted to share with everybody today because they give a wide variety of the pictures in our collection, the things that people have donated to the museum over the years. And because I thought a lot of them would be of interest to Fortuna business people and active community members. So here we have Main Street in the 1890s. And as you can see, there was skating back then too, skating on Main Street from 9 to 12 and from 1 to 4, apparently. And that was right across the street from the Star Hotel. I don't know who they were welcoming at the moment. They've got the big welcome banner over the street there. You know, maybe it was one of the times that the governor came to visit or something like that. But it's a nice image to start with, the welcoming, friendly city.
I love the balcony up on the Star Hotel. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, there's a lot of interesting photos that we've got in the collection. They're actually taken from that balcony. So a lot of the parade pictures and so forth, the photographer was obviously up there taking the photo. And of course, here we have a bunch of folks stopping to get their picture taken out at Newburgh. Of course, a lot of the more newcomer to the area type people these days don't even know that there used to be a whole town out at Newburgh, down beyond the end of Newburgh Road, a mill there, and the company had woods camps, very active business in the community. So here's some of the folks who did work out in the woods for Newburgh back 1902. And I love the fact that this picture also includes 3 little kids in the center of the picture. And don't know whose kids they are, but it's neat to see them there. It's one of the photos that I always love looking at and seeing all the different styles of beards and mustaches and so forth that these gentlemen are sporting. And here, of course, we have the championship of Humboldt County. Of course, I think they only had 2 teams. So it was just Fortuna versus, or maybe 3 teams, Fortuna versus Eureka and maybe versus Ferndale at that time. But Fortuna were the champions, the girls basketball team in 1907. And those are the scores of their games on their basketball there. And here, of course, we have the first movie theater in Fortuna. Anybody know where the Theater Trilmo was located? Anybody got that little bit of trivia at their fingertips? It was where that, I'm going to be not up to date on what the business is now, but it's opposite the old Bank of Fortuna building that now is a law office. And that location was the one that was recently an art gallery with like the mannequin with the gas mask standing in the window. That's where the Theater Trilmo was. So this was
That's
our
where
very
Fortuna
first...
Fabrics is.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So yes, our very first cinema, and these are kids waiting to get let in for the matinee on looks like November 2nd of 1909. And they've even got like a gramophone sticking out the front window there, probably for I don't know, announcement saying, "Come on down to the Theater Trilmo, matinee starting soon," or something like that. And here we have some of the gentlemen of the Fortuna Band, also probably about 1910 or so. I think one of our copies of this photo in the collection, we do have some of them identified. I don't have their identifications off the top of my head, but if anybody recognizes your grandpa or anything like that in there, let me know. And one little kid poking out in the middle there. And here we have a very topical picture taken in November of 1918 in Scotia. That's the company store of the Pacific Lumber Company, is the dark building in the background there. And they're celebrating the news that World War I has finally come to an end. And you can see that most of the people in the picture do have masks on, because that was, of course, during the so-called Spanish influenza pandemic of 1918 and 1919. And there were mask ordinances at the time, people getting arrested for not wearing masks. History comes around and we seem to be doing so many of the same things again, because there also were anti-maskers at the time and protests. So really, it's kind of a startling thing to look back and realize how similar our situation is to where our ancestors were about 100 years ago. Now, skipping forward, we're in the early 1940s here probably, and these are young Fortuna ladies taking part in the fashion show, the fall fashion show. I guess you can tell from all the fall leaves there at the Fortuna Theater. In the early 40s, I think Ted Roberts was the gentleman's name. He was the manager of the Fortuna Theater, and he did a large number of community events like this, the fashion show, various Boy Scout and Girl Scout events, promotions for specific movies. When there was a horror movie playing, he got a famous hypnotist called Dr. Zomb to come and do a midnight performance at the Fortuna Theater, and they had mannequin in a coffin done up to look like a zombie or something in display windows to promote that particular appearance. So we were lucky enough to be given in a donation 3 photo albums kept by Ted Roberts of his time at the Fortuna Theater, and the fashion show ladies here are from one of those albums. And here's another from Ted Roberts's Fortuna Theater scrapbooks. Here are turkeys being given away at a special Thanksgiving time event at the theater. And another from the same album, when the movie Black Beauty came out, they had a horse billed as Black Beauty. I don't know, I presume it was not the Black Beauty actually in the film, but a Black Beauty came to town for the official movie promotion events, and kids got to get rides on Black Beauty along Main Street. And here's another young, charming lady on a horse. And this is an item in the museum's collection, actually, one of these promotional thermometers that businesses often used to give out. And this one was for the Town Club, a very well-known, popular, long-standing local hangout in Fortuna. And the Town Club is something that I keep running across a lot in the Fortuna rodeo research. For years upon years, there was a guess the length of the rope competition at the Town Club at the time of the Fortuna rodeo. And, similar to the 50-50 or so, you would put in your money to make your guess. And if you were the one who got closest to the actual length of the rope, you would win. I was just working on writing up the 1979 rodeo, and that time there were 2 winners who both got the guess right. I think it was a 73-foot rope that time, so they had to split the $214 prize there. As to where it is, I'm seeing a question there. It was on Main Street, kind of like in the middle of Main. I'm not in the middle, obviously, but not too far to one end or the other. But I don't know if anybody else is able to give a better address for it. They're just giving us their phone number there, not the address.
It was in the general area of where Health Sport is now, I believe.
All right, thank you. Here, of course, is that rare sight, snow in Fortuna. I think this one's probably from sometime in the early 50s. And I believe we've actually got a train zooming along into town in the background there from the northern direction. We can see the smoke steaming along behind. And a little hard to pick it out amongst all the snow, but folks will probably be able to recognize some familiar landmarks in here. I think we've got 9th Street probably in the foreground, and the church that's now the Calvary Chapel that was originally the first Christian church. That's visible in sort of the left, and get my direction straight, the left foreground, and the Gushaw Mudgett house, that lovely house that's still with us today with the big fence around it and the big yard. That's just right across the street from the church. So you can, maybe if you live in this area of town, you can pick out your house there. The depot itself is kind of in the background on the left-hand side, and then the mill, which was originally the Springville Mill, is closer to the right-hand side of the picture, just in front of where the train is steaming along. Here we have kids in Miss Friedenbaugh's, I think Helen Friedenbaugh's first grade class, again, probably 1940s, 1950s. Don't think it was at rodeo time, of course, because they wouldn't have been in school in rodeo time, but here they are doing their Wild West history event, which involved a skit at the old hitching post, or of course, ye old hitching post. Here, of course, is that momentous occasion that I mentioned earlier, the depot building driving along down Main Street. And we have Rundell Real Estate over to the left, and Beth Rundell was a Fortuna City Council member and mayor who was one of the people who really spearheaded the move to get the depot building saved and moved over to the park and to open the museum. So that's something I would really love to have seen. I would love to have been able to be here and just watch this enormous building driving down Main Street. Let's see. Oh dear. Too bad we've got our little thing about who's here. The thumbnails of people over on the side, right on top of one of the interesting pictures here. I guess anyone who wants to can minus that. This is from a scrapbook from the Imperial Savings and Loan. I think when that went out of business, or at least changed into another organization, they donated their scrapbook of community events that they were involved in the 1980s, donated that to the museum. And we do have Mayor Beth Rundell that I was just mentioning visible here, and other local celebrities and community leaders. This was an event, as it says, celebrity players for Pac-Man. It was Pac-Man for muscular dystrophy funds, fundraising for research and care. And so all sorts of local politicians and celebrities got involved in playing Pac-Man to raise money for that cause. And as it mentions, Beth Rundell, this was her first time playing Pac-Man, so that must have been quite an experience. And over there on the right, hopefully people can see him by minusing out their list of participants or whatever. We have, as he was known then, Guy Fieri, now known as Guy Fieri, who started his own business as a kid, something like 11 years old, 12 years old, something like that, the Ferndale Pretzel Company. And he would originally sell his pretzels from a little cart or something like that. And that was really where he got his start. So by this time, he's 13 or something, he's already a local celebrity, and he's one of the people taking part in that Pac-Man for muscular dystrophy event. And of course, we've got more of that because I just couldn't resist these. I thought they were too fun. So we've got George Bryant, who is from the radio station KNCR, I believe, making a call to the community to donate money in order to get Chief of Police Bill Terry put in the Pac-Man jail. So a major worthy cause, and obviously they were having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I can recognize a few names that not everybody can read, but
oh my gosh, Doug Strell, there he is, right up at the top. That's awesome. Doug Strell, Bob Wells.
Yeah, and then there's Doug Strell, yeah, and then this is my stepmother Barbara Farrell,
awesome.
Before she was Barbara Lindsay, from the Bank of Ferndale, or Bank of Lolita, technically is what it was called in Ferndale, which is now the U.S. Bank location in
very
Ferndale.
cool.
Barbara LaPlace. Yeah, I can see a few of those names. That's so funny. Love it.
And yes, they did get the chief put in jail. As we can see, it was Mark Christensen of McDonald's in Fortuna who donated the amount that got the chief put in his own jail. Now here we have, of course, the Depot Museum. Hopefully everybody recognizes it, and a group of the people involved in the committee to celebrate the bicentennial of the U.S. Constitution. And I recognize a few of the people in there. We've got some of the Fortuna Historical Commission members at the time, Charlie Conant. Let's see, the gentleman who donated all that barbed wire that people are probably familiar with in the museum. His name is leaving me, which it should not, because I look at the label about his barbed wire every day, but he's in there with the dark cowboy hat up in the front. Al Rogers, that's him. That's the barbed wire gentleman. And then let's see. Oh, yes. And they're sitting in front of the door with the dark ribbon on her top. That's Carolyn Weed, the curator at the museum for, I believe, 22 years. And here we are, a nice topical seasonal way to end our little display here. We've got our 1909 Thanksgiving card. We have many cards in the museum collection, and we do a lot of exhibits, little seasonal displays of cards that were sent at whatever holiday that we're approaching. So figured this gentleman was appropriate for us to show off today too. And of course, some more people having fun. These last few photos are photos that were taken by Rudy Gillard, well-known Fortuna photographer for many, many years. And he was on the Fortuna Rodeo Association for years and was the official photographer of the rodeo for quite a number of years. So recently, one of the projects that I've been involved in connection with the rodeo book is using a new device that we just purchased at the museum to scan negatives and turn them into digital images. So I've now scanned over 2,000 negatives from Rudy Gillard's collection of rodeos from the 1950s through the early 1980s. And these two fine gentlemen with their beverage of choice are among the spectators at one of those rodeos. And here we have the rodeo barbecue on the Sunday, one rodeo in the 1950s. I believe that's 1957. And one of the very busy Fortuna rodeos, I think this one's probably 1975, 74, possibly, one of the times when they had a record total of attendance at the Saturday of the rodeo. And who knows, some of the folks here tonight might be in there.
So this, I'm sure a few of you have seen this. It's been circulating around lately. It's a video of some Fortuna in 1937. So we thought, for those who haven't seen it, we'll just play a few minutes of it because it's about 20. I think it's 22 minutes long or something like that. So we'll just play a few minutes of it.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This program has been prepared and presented to you by a selected group of local independent businessmen who seek your cooperation to stimulate prosperity and create additional payrolls in our community. Has it ever occurred to you who it is that has made possible these beautiful paved streets and highways that enable us to drive our cars with such ease and comfort? Just in case any of you have forgotten, I shall remind you that your local merchants contribute approximately 65% of the taxes to afford us this luxury. They fully deserve our and your support. And when your home is menaced by fire, we cannot expect the fire department from some other community to assist us. We are wholly dependent upon our own fire equipment to protect us from this hazard, all of which is made possible through taxes to which the local merchants again contribute 65%. How vivid in the memory of all of us is the little red schoolhouse. It will always have its sentimental value, but compared to the modern structures and today's methods of education and instruction, our children are highly fortunate. The pedagogical training of our teachers, the complete equipment and safety of our schools, the careful attention to the protection of their health and training are all sustained, furthered, and made possible by taxes. And 65% of these taxes are paid by our local merchants, sturdy citizens of a sturdy, progressive community. That is your community. Very soon, these young girls and boys will be ready to enter the business world. Yet, how often have we heard it said that there is no opportunity in this community for my boy or girl, and that it is necessary for them to seek employment in the larger cities. Many opportunities could be provided from the industries of this community if the people would but realize that the money spent with the mail order house or with any merchant outside our own community robs our own town of prosperity, prevents progress that enables the merchant to create more opportunities in the forms of jobs, more local improvements, increased real estate values, all of which tends to enhance the value of our entire community. The nation and state is only as strong as each individual community, only as progressive and solvent as each district's ability to furnish young, ambitious, healthy, educated sons and daughters. Our local merchants aid magnificently toward this composite picture. We sustain and maintain local health, fire, police, school, library, and many other public benefactory efforts. The employees of these services owe it to local merchants to purchase local commodities, to teach and practice local pride. It is a sound truism: united we stand, and united we succeed. Ladies and gentlemen, your community is composed of you and you and you. Your local merchant is your friend and neighbor. He stands willing and eager to assist you. They deposit in our banks. They employ local help, and they pay local taxes. Ladies and gentlemen, support wholeheartedly your local merchant.
We'll leave it there, but I love that they're saying don't shop by mail order, which is the same thing as don't shop online, shop local. So that's great. But anyway, so that video is 22 minutes long. So if you want to look at it, just go to YouTube and search Fortuna, California, 1937, and it will pop up and you'll see it. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna turn that off. And do we want to do the trivia? Everybody up for trivia? I know. Okay, everybody get ready. We don't have a prize for this. You just get bragging rights. So if you know the answer, shout it out. So if you want to take yourself off mute to be ready to go. These are tough. I'm not even going to lie. Okay, except for this first one, which is really easy. What year did the first Fortuna rodeo take place? Give you a hint. Next year, it's
100 years.
1921.
Yay, Mary Bullwinkle.
She knows her math.
They get much harder now. Who is Brown Street in Ronerville named after?
And you don't get points for saying somebody named Brown.
John Brown.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah. No.
Fred Brown.
Mary Brown, widow of the anti-slavery activist John Brown. So whoever said John Brown was right. Who was executed for his 1859 raid on the U.S. Arsenal at Harper's Ferry. Mary Brown and many family members moved out west and lived for several years in Ronerville, which of course was what Fortuna was called, right?
It was a separate town at that time.
Oh, that's
Ronerville.
right. Slide. Fortuna was Slide and then Friendly City.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Fortuna is kind of the little brother of Ronerville.
Right. Okay, what other famous historical event took place the same year as the city of Fortuna was incorporated? I'll give you a hint. Fortuna was incorporated in 1906.
San Francisco earthquake.
Yes, earthquake.
Yes. Look at Mary Bullwinkle, 2 to go. What sport was banned in Fortuna Union High School from 1929 to 1946?
Football.
We had 3. Yeah, good job. Yes. The Fortuna Union High School student body voted to ban football after Fortuna student Leo Gallagher was killed in an accident during the game against Ferndale on November 3rd, 1928. And Leo Gallagher was a story that they shared during last year's Grave Matters, which I really missed this year. I was so sad we couldn't do Grave Matters. If you haven't done the tour, Grave Matters and Untimely Departures, please put that on your calendar for next October because it's so fascinating. They're all true stories. They're all people that are in our cemetery and the actors that reenact bits of their life and give you a little biography of what happened to them. It's just so fascinating. It's really endearing.
Question about that. Is Alex, are you still, do you know, is Montel still going to be helping film that? Because I helped last year with it and I liked it a lot.
Great. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah,
why I came
Montel,
today. I wanted to hear
in
you.
connection with the CR Digital Arts and Media Club, they're the ones who've been video recording the event for quite a number of years now, 6, 7
think
years.
we're
So yeah,
done.
hopefully they'll still be involved with it next year as well.
Yeah, I think our digital media club is done.
Ah.
This is the last semester to graduate from it.
I see. Okay.
I'm taking my last classes. They canceled the program.
Ah, right. Well, so like so many other things, I guess it's up in the air, but yes, hopefully the event will happen again
Montel's
next
still
year and
there,
it'll
so
be
hopefully.
recorded as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for that, Stephanie.
Yeah.
What 3 Humboldt County towns had the largest populations in the 1880 U.S. Census?
Fortuna, Eureka, and Arcata, maybe.
Pretty close.
Close.
Eureka,
Bronerville, Eureka, and Arcata.
Yes, I think Amber, did you get that in before Cameron?
I think so.
I think
Theater or Uniontown.
we're gonna give that one to Amber. Sorry, Cameron. Where was Mount St. Joseph College, which I had never even heard of?
Fortuna.
Close.
Metropolitan.
Ronerville.
There you
Ronerville.
go. Yes. It was located on the bluff above Alton near the current location of the Ronerville Airport. The college was open from 1872 to 1877, and again briefly in the 1890s. There's a joke in there against one of my board members, like, "Oh, did you attend that, Gary Ogle?" But I'll let it go.
Oh, bad.
I know I have to be nice. He brought me dinner last night.
Yeah,
so.
and that will
Yeah.
be now officially cut off. Get your own food.
It was so good. What was it? Chicken cacciatore and polenta. It was delicious. Thank you. What honor did the Fortuna Union High School Band receive in 1937?
They marched
They
on
walked
the Golden
across
Gate
the
Bridge.
Golden Gate.
Golden Gate, yeah.
Ooh, Becky Giacomini. Good job. Look at you. I
I'm
didn't know
that
that one either.
old.
Oh, stop it. Okay, why were Daisy, Louisa, and Harry Natwick displayed at the Humboldt County Fair in Ronerville in August 1892? They all have the same last name.
They were cows.
Good guess. Good guess.
That is a good
Triplets?
guess.
Yes,
triplets.
triplets. Who said triplets?
I did. It's Stephanie.
Stephanie, good job.
That's so creepy. They were displayed.
Yeah, they were
Well-
actually the first triplets to survive birth in Humboldt County. They were born in Hydesville in June 1892, and they were celebrities because of this. So at 2 months old, they were displayed at the county fair. And most of the museums in the area probably have copies of the photos that were taken of them and I think sold at the fair. So a lot of people who went to the fair that year would have bought these photos of the triplets as souvenirs, which is why we see so many of them in museums and historical societies in the area. There's even one available for sale on eBay at the moment. So if you want your own photo of Humboldt County first triplets, you can get it on eBay.
Good tip, thanks. Yeah, I mean, you have to think of 1890, was it 1892? Yeah, just how dangerous triplets would have been. Talk about high risk birth. Okay, what 1967 Fortuna Union High School graduate qualified for the 1968 Olympic trials and was a founder of the Women's Professional Basketball League?
Karen Logan?
Ooh, good job, Becky. Yes. Okay, final question. Who is the penny scramble in the Fortuna's Rodeo Week named for? I didn't even know.
Oh.
I didn't even know what the penny scramble was. Alex had to explain it to me.
Oh,
And it did not turn into a quarter craze, which is what I kind of figured, that we just inflation. We went to a,
Johnston?
That would be better. I agree.
Johnston. Yeah, it's a Johnston or something.
yes,
Yes, it was
Tony
Mike Burke first.
Johnston. Yes, he lived from 1888 to 1956, and he was a Fortuna volunteer fireman and founder of the Penny Scramble, which evidently was they threw pennies in the street and the kids ran after them and collected as many as they could.
And they still do it.
They still do.
Oh, they still do it.
It's great.
Oh,
Oh,
I-
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Big time.
I don't pick up less than silver, so I'm just kidding.
Well, they throw in some
there.
gold ones too.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
gold coins mixed in with that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
see
yeah.
now you got me. Now you got me interested.
The funnest part
You
is watching
too
their parents push their kids out of the way.
And you too can get your fingers stepped on as the rodeo board members disperse the coins.
Well, I look forward to that next year. Okay, great. So let's move into some door prizes. What do you say to that?
Yes, and on that note, I'm going to have to leave all you fine folks and go off to my next Zoom meeting, which is, I guess, a description of all of our lives these days. But
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight and taking part in
Thanks,
the
Alex.
fun. And good luck
Yes,
to everybody in the competitions coming up and so forth.
Yes.
you,
very
Alex.
much, Alex.
Thank you.
That was
Bye,
wonderful job. Okay. We are going to, so our first door prize is courtesy of Body Works Gym. It is a tackle box, 3 training sessions, personal training sessions, and a fishing reel and rod combo set. Let me get out my fancy bag. See if everybody's still here that logged in. Ah, Nina Olson, congratulations. She's still, yeah, you're still here. Yay. I'm gonna write your name down on here. Body Works. All right, congratulations. And so our next one is an interesting prize. I'll tell you the story behind this one. It is a bottle of wine, Apothic Infernal red wine, and a free ad in the Trader, which is now the North Coast Trader, and a $5 bill. And that's only because the chamber owed the Journal $5 because Melissa didn't have exact change. And so I just threw it around the neck of the bottle. So you get a free $5 bill in there. So that's that. And that is going to Becky Giacomini.
That's the bottle of wine from Open Door, Becky.
We're not supposed to talk about how we regift things, Miss Sanderson.
But that's okay. I drank the other one, so it's ready. It's time.
It's a gorgeous. Those bottles are fantastic.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, they're
Thank
great.
you. I'll
Yes.
come get it.
It's good wine.
Okay, our next door prize is courtesy of HSU. It is a medium sweatshirt that will be delivered to your house because it is currently in Arcata. So just contact me and we'll get that over to you, whoever ends up winning this. Unless you live in Arcata, then you can just go by the campus. And that is Laura Morris. Congratulations, Laura. You have an HSU sweatshirt. She turned off her camera, so she must be maybe
cooking dinner.
She's counting money.
Yeah, she was still at the bank. Looked like she was still at the bank. Okay, so now we're going to pause and we're going to actually wait. I think, did we have one more? Hold on. Oh yeah, no, we have one more. We're doing 4 and 4. Okay, so this one is courtesy of Co-Central Credit Union, and it is a coffee tumbler, water bottle. There's popcorn, a cookie, hot cocoa in a cute little basket. And that is going to Emma Coleman. Congratulations, Emma. Okay, now scavenger hunt time. Grab your pen and paper and get ready. This is the prize that you can win, this darling hoodie, camo hoodie for Fortuna. It's very soft. It's a size large. And then these are the 2 skate park admission tickets that you can hold on to for now and eventually use. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to call these out. Turkey it can be an actual sliced turkey. It can be a turkey figurine, anything turkey. Pumpkin
Frozen
spice.
turkey.
Yeah, what's that?
Frozen turkey.
Yes, a big turkey, whatever. Pumpkin spice, anything, creamer, latte in your coffee cup, whatever you got.
Yeah,
a Christmas movie DVD, 5 extra points if it's Elf, something green, Santa Claus, a Christmas stocking, a recipe for a Thanksgiving dinner item. You can show us a recipe from a cookbook, but if you have it on an actual recipe card, that's 5 extra points, especially if your grandma shared her recipe with you. That would be wonderful. A pine cone, a gourd, a gnome, an elf from the shelf, red or orange leaf, not lettuce. You'd have to go outside for that one. A holly, it can be fake. And a fern leaf, or a fern plant if you have the whole plant. Pine needles, for those of you who may have already put up your Christmas tree, you should have those at the ready. Holiday lights and an ornament. So let me grab you guys have already started, but I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. And I'm gonna take this. Does everybody have it? I can keep reading, but I like watching all you people scurry around looking for stuff. It cracks me up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start our timer. You got 3 minutes. Starting. Oops, now I can get my timer going. Okay. I have something green.
I drew pictures for my 3 items.
Hey, Renee, I'm switching devices. Will you let me in?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I see you twice. Oh, look at you. You're on there twice.
I know. You're also lucky. Not really.
And I found something green.
Yes. So
Now
we'll
I'm
wait.
looking at the cookbooks.
I'm
Yeah,
in
so-
my very empty office, so I have none of those things.
Oh, no, that's okay. All right, so I'll just keep shouting them out. So turkey, pumpkin spice, a Christmas movie, something green, Santa Claus, a Christmas stocking, a Thanksgiving dinner recipe, a pine cone, a gourd, a gnome, elf on a shelf, a red or orange tree leaf. Good job there, Mike. A holly, a fern, pine needles, holiday lights, or an ornament.
Holiday lights. Hey, I have Elf on the Shelf, but I can't show it. Does that count?
What have you done to it?
Yeah.
It's hiding, Gary.
Here's a gnome.
There you go.
Certain time, Gary.
Good job. What about your anchor man? Hey, Laura. Did you hear you won a prize?
I did. I was driving, so yay.
Okay. Yay,
Here's my picture
sweatshirt.
of 3 things. I got a turkey, there's a gnome, there's pine needle, there's turkey.
Okay, we got a minute left. See, I told you, people are very serious about this. Now you get what it is, what it's all about, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
And something green. Ooh, green. I have my video. I look horrible today. I've been doing homework all day.
Oh, a stocking.
There you go. Excellent. Good. Something green. Excellent. I see a whole bunch. I see a whole bunch of stuff that Melissa's got.
How many things are there?
There's 17. Okay, 25 seconds.
Look at our turkey.
That counts.
Thanks for Brian Columbus. It's the best.
Everybody's coming back. 8 seconds. 7,
Got
6,
green.
5,
On Advent.
4. See, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's it for us. We're done. All right. So this is pretty much the honor system, unless you can turn your phone to show us all your items. We had a problem last time with somebody wanting to take a picture and it didn't happen fast enough. So count how many items you have and call out how many you have. And then
how many are there?
There's 17 total.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13.
Is that one, Amy, 1-3 or 1-5?
Yeah, 1-3.
1-3. Do you have a recipe on a recipe card or Elf the movie?
I have a recipe printed out on a piece of paper. I don't know if that counts.
We might have to go to the tribe. I don't know.
That's the modern day recipe card.
I know the point was nostalgia because we're doing the depot. So I don't think, okay, so we've got, Melissa's got Elf. Does anybody else have Elf? Or a recipe
12,
card?
we got 12 plus Elf.
Okay. That's still that, yeah. That gives her the advantage.
Oh, I have a gnome too. Did I get an extra point for him?
No, he's one of the 17. So is that number 12? Is that number 12 or 13?
Yeah, I was just hoping for extra points.
Oh no, if you have a recipe on a recipe card, that's extra points.
We have that. Go get the
Then-
recipe card.
The recipe card there.
Where is the recipe card?
Go get it.
We need to see it. Where is it?
He's got it. Turkey gravy with a recipe on the back.
No. No, a family handed down recipe or a recipe from a cookbook. So then you only have 11 then.
Fine, I have 11 in Elf.
Okay, well then if anybody can beat 13, then Amy Scolari is our winner. Anybody else?
I don't get 5 extra for the Elf?
Oh, well, I guess then that would be 16, but that's only 11. Yeah, I guess you would win for the Elf. Yeah. Do you have Elf, Amy?
No, I have Love Actually.
Oh, that's a good movie too. Okay, but Amy does have her printed, right? Did you have a printed recipe card?
Yes.
So that
If
kind
my
of
mom gave me a recipe, that's how it would come. So I feel like
Okay.
that's kind of
Okay,
legit.
well then Amy has the lead. Because she got extra points for her recipe card. We'll give her that recipe card. Okay, so Melissa, you had 11. Can you tell me how many you had? Because we had to get rid of your turkey gravy. That was a foul.
But that's an item. Isn't it a dinner item? Wasn't it a turkey item?
It was a Thanksgiving dinner recipe, dinner item recipe. So like candied yams or something. That's not, no, I'm telling you, no. It counts as just a recipe, but it's not extra points. So you can use that. I guess we'll take that as one of your items. So how many items?
11.
Okay. So Amy has you. What is your recipe for, Amy?
Blistered green beans.
Okay, that's an acceptable vegetable dish for Thanksgiving. All right, I hereby proclaim Amy Scolari the winner of the scavenger hunt. Congratulations.
Woo!
Excellent. Okay, we're gonna speed through the rest of our door prizes here and the 50-50. Okay, our next door prize is courtesy of Emma Coleman, sorry, with Gold Leaf Media. Sorry, I got gold stuck in my head. It is a candy basket and $50 off of her monthly social media management service. So that's a great gift for somebody. And that is going to Michelle Collins. She's still here? Did we lose her? Oh, we lost her. She's from HSU. You leave, you lose. And it's going to Amy Scolari.
Yay.
Yeah, you can put that to use. This is Gold Leaf. Okay, awesome. All right. Next is a prize from Fortuna Art and Old Things. Thank you, Tony. It is a glass bowl, some ornaments, and I put it as a jeweled garland. I wasn't entirely sure what the bedazzled things were at the bottom, so we're going to call it a garland for you. And yeah, it's super pretty, and it's going to Stephanie Bird. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. So just touch base with me on how to come get it. All right, 2 more to go. This is courtesy of Strell's. It is a bottle of cider flavored apple wine from Monument Mountain Vineyards, our local vineyard here, and a shoehorn. And that is going to Tammy Trent.
Yay.
Congratulations. All right. All right. Our final one is from Aflac. And it is a basket with a bunch of goodies. There's golf balls, peanuts, crackers, lip balm, some mints, a little Aflac duck, and a soda. And I don't know, there's a bunch of other stuff in there in a cute little container.
It's for when you're out golfing. It's all your golf stuff. Golf
Is that duck a club warmer or is that a squeezy duck?
I don't know. It could be either. I don't make them, so I just give Carol the stuff and she does them. So it could be either.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because it was kind of buried if it had the long neck to be a club warmer or if it was just the stress duck. So it'll be a surprise. And that's going to Tony Scolari. Congratulations. Yay, good job. Awesome. Okay, now time for the raffle. And sadly, if Alex gets drawn, she loses because she had to leave. That's what happens when you have too many things to do. All right, so the winner, again, we had, what did I say, $51.75? Yes, $51.75. And that is going to, Melissa Sanderson.
Oh, not fair.
That's a consolation prize for getting so close to the scavenger hunt win. So I will.
I know she's gonna give me a hard time, but I ain't donating it back, man.
I know. I give her guilt. Like, come on, you're a board member.
I had a dream that I won $11,000 last night. I'll take the 50.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, with that, we are done for the night. So thank you, everybody. Remember, if you were one of the people that won a gift card, which is pretty much everybody that joined us tonight, if I don't get a hold of you with an email tomorrow, please reach out to me to the chamber to get your $5 gift card. And then for those of you who want a basket, just give me a call at the office and let me know when you want to come by, or I can try and arrange to come by, as we will probably be locking our doors starting tomorrow to the public since we're in the red tier and offices are deemed non-essential. So I'll be here, but I'll be behind a locked door, but just knock and we can chat. Anyway, thank you, everybody. It was so great. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little bit about Fortuna and the museum, and be sure to show them some love and visit them, when you get a chance. So, and be on the lookout for more information on the holiday decorating contest, because that will be fun. Big.
Thank you.
I gotta save my $12 and buy some wine.
Okay, bye, everybody.
What?
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.